I should be live. Alright, we're going to go with English, obviously. Although it would make a Nuzlocke extra hard if I picked a language I don't understand. It'd be a very terrible decision. It'd at least be funny if I knew, like, some words and I had to guess everything else. Welcome to my realm, located beyond both time and space. Hey, Halo Master Chief, what's up? How's your day going? I'm trying a challenge Nuzlocke today I'm starting it today in Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is probably gonna be horribly hard and be filled with a lot of mistakes, because I don't know if this has been done effectively yet, because the rules are gonna be really fluid. Hey, Richard Forrest, you're a madman, Ian, and that's awesome. Well, never said I wasn't. I'm pretty sure past streams has made that statement already. Day's going good. How about yours? Things are going pretty good today. Also, Richard, you as well. How are things going? And forgive me if I don't read every line. I'm going to skip through some things and kind of just read the more story stuff. Alright, we did a male character last time. Let's go with the female basic Dawn clone this time. And for the name, I hope I spell it right. I'm going to go with the Japanese name that Dawn has. God, I hope I spelled that right. Self-admitted bit of an idiot. So, I have no idea the ways to incorporate. Pretty good so far. Glad to hear it. The ways to incorporate a standard traditional Nuzlocke rule set into the Legends Arceus Ghost Turtwig, bro. Oh, boo, boo. I thought it was bro. I thought he was coming, bro. Sorry about that. Hey, what's up, Ghost? Haven't seen you in a while, although admittedly it's been a while since I've done some Pokemon content, which is kind of why I'm picking this up. That's correct. I use the same name. Oh, cool. Glad I didn't spell it wrong. That would have been horribly embarrassing. So, Nuzlocke rules have very strict guidelines you're supposed to follow, as I kinda scuffed. More so like my own additional rules is what I scuffed in the last one. That are going to be counterintuitive to the Legends Arceus game, like the format that it runs on. So there's gonna be some figuring out, some guideline setting as we go. If you guys have any suggestions on rules that I should set that you would do in a Nuzlocke and Pokemon Shield, nice. Sword and Shield, I hear, are a little bit more viable for Nuzlocke options. I have yet to do one myself on those, but I hear that they're, as far as like Nuzlocke guidelines, fairly tame. Not that that makes them easy. That's part of being a Nuzlocke. It's supposed to be kind of challenging. Although, I do have to wonder, how are you accounting for the wild area? The area where it's like... Because you can break it up into sections, and I've heard people thinking of doing that for Legends Arceus. But I think for what I want to do, that still leaves way too many Pokemon catch opportunities. And I really want to, like, hardline kick my own butt with some rules here. Your team is good? Great to hear. What was your starter in Pokemon Shield? And apologies if you hear me like munching on something. I'm having my dinner, which is literally a granola bar. Apologies about that, guys. I have not eaten yet for, well, since breakfast, although I did luckily have a little bit of a late breakfast. Alright, so we're getting through here. If you do a Nuzlocke, pick Grookey Oh, Grokey for the second gym on Shield. Gotcha. Well, I'll figure out how to survive. I'm a survivor. It's what I do. Alright, I don't know which starter to go with. Per what I'm doing for a Nuzlocke, I need a little bit of survivability. And I know that Cyndaquil is not tanky enough for my needs. I love the fire ghost typing. It's actually really cool, very reminiscent of Chandelure. But it's far too susceptible to getting its ass kicked. And I really need something with a little bit more staying power and holding strong. Oh, by the way, Castlevania, really good anime. You enjoyed it when you showed it. Yeah, it's... look, there are some good animations coming out of... Netflix does a lot of bad things, in my opinion, but they have had their hands involved with some good animation projects. They've also done some really cool side stuff. Dreadnought. I don't know what you're referencing for Dreadnought, but you went with Grookey for the start. Dreadnought's the thing that you would have trouble with if you don't have a good grass type, I think is what you're referencing. Such as Grookey for your starter. Anyways, as I was saying, on the starter choice, I'm kind of between... I'm kind of leaning towards Oshawott. I think Oshawott, being that he will become like part dark type, will really help me pad out a solid team. Because I remember from my playthrough before that the dark type Pokemon I had, which was, I think Richard, was the one who was the namesake for the Umbreon, was incredibly powerful. Pick Rowlet. Rowlet isn't a bad choice, and that would allow me to still throw in an Umbreon in the team. Because I really want to go for that if I can, because Umbreon pulled his weight and then some in the first time I played this game. And I want to pick at least something that's reliable for a return attempt. Alas, yet another miss. That's right, the man can't throw a Pokeball. I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. I tried catching my little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best at this sort of thing, you see? I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these three first. Now that one is Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. I can't remember, when Rowlet evolves in Legends Arceus, does it become grass fighting or flying fighting? I'd assume it doesn't lose its grass type, so it would be grass fighting. Wouldn't be a bad choice. I might take your suggestion, Turtwig Ash, and I should just call you Ghost. It's a little easier. I think I'm gonna take your suggestion and go with Turtwig. My brain is going a little too fast right now. Either way, I think I'm gonna go with Rowlet. Can you tell me your team? Absolutely, go for it. Let me know how you're looking for your Nuzlocke run. Also, let me know how many badges you currently have, if you've just finished the second gym, or if you're a little farther than that. Alright, he's gonna want me to go around and catch some Pokemon. Can I start over here with... Yeah, I can. Start with the Cyndaquil. Okay, so it does keep the grass typing and become grass fighting. There we go. That one will also catch the first run. I don't think it's until I try to catch the third one that I have a fail catch. You're going to the second gym? Gotcha. Oh, I'm so sad. I threw the Pokeball once and it didn't get caught immediately. This isn't like Pokemon Go at all. Then again, Pokemon Go, eventually that stops happening. And then you have to throw like 14 to catch anything. Even a level 1 Rattata. 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 Make a machine gun sound, call it good. One can't help but think, why am I reading this? I'm so used to playing Yeez. The second I have a moment of dead air, I'm like, okay, gotta start reading everything. Alright, so we show him our cell phone, and he's like, yo, that's really dope. I'm still waiting on the iPhone 3, and I'm just like, well, I'm from the future. This is like an iPhone 12. It adds absolutely no features, but it's half a mil. It's 1/100,000th of a millimeter thinner, and it cost me like 5 times the price. It's really just a status symbol. Thwacky. Is that, oh, Thwacky named Thor, a Liepard named Luna, a Yamper named Chunky, Blissey, Sweet Roll, oh, I like that. Meowth Monster, Hitmonlee, Frasty. So, with everyone in chat, I got a question for you guys. Have you seen the new information coming out about Pokemon, what is it, Scarlet and Violet? Have you seen those trailers? And if you have, what's your thoughts about the games specifically from what little information we have going in? What's your thoughts about the Pokemon? And what's your thoughts about the characters? Alright, we're going to start reading some of this now. Thank you for your tireless work keeping us safe, my good guardsman. This young lady was of great assistance to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing her into the village for a bit. No problem. I'm just gonna sit back, drink, and ignore all the Pokemon trying to wander in to kill everyone. Yes, that dang Pokemon is cute. Pig Pokemon is cute. That's what made me think of that when I read Yamper Chunky. Lechonk. A lot of people are loving Lechonk right now. I'll be honest, I'm a little, how do I say it, hesitant about wanting to like Lechonk. First of all, I absolutely love the name. Haven't seen the trailers. I actually don't check those out much because I tend to get even more eager if I watch them during the wait. Well, luckily we have a surprising short wait this time. Anyways, pig Pokemon have been done before, and I oftentimes will love the Pokemon in their smaller forms, but when they get bigger, I lose interest in them as a pig type. One of my least favorite starter final evolutions is Emboar. Like, something about it actually just is a hard turn-off for me. And so even though I love, you know, the little self-cooking bacon that you start with, by the time you start evolving it, I legit start to hate it. And it's the same thing with Spoink. Like, I love Spoink. Spoink is hilarious and a fun addition into a team. But when it evolves, it loses its charm and becomes a little bit, nah. It's not as bad as Emboar, but it loses the fun. And I really hope they don't do that with Lechonk. Although, as I understand it, Lechonk is a Pokemon that literally exists to be eaten by the other Pokemon in its region. Kind of a sad life, but it is what it is. Was it Professor Laventon? Do you two know each other? He's from a region a long way off. Not the most reliable sort, though, letting Pokemon run off and give him the slip and all. 3 more of them got away just a while ago. If I hadn't been resting up after some Pokemon drubbed me with a move called Thunder Shock, I'd have corralled them for sure, but the professor, well, unfortunately, it's just as Ray says. I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Ah! But everything will be quite alright now. Hikari here has agreed to help us with our Pokedex. Training up Chansey in the DLC? The DLC for this game? I didn't think there was any yet. I mean, they did like an update, but I thought it was just like some small side stuff. I didn't think there was new, like a lot of new content. Or do you mean the DLC in Sword and Shield? As in, she's going to join the Survey Corps? What makes you think that's a good idea? We can't just take in any misfit who wanders out of the wilderness. I'll allow it. Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I am the captain of the Galaxy Team Survey Corps. You may call me Celine. Professor Laventon has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control. And now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work for your keep. But we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Trust me, we will come to grow to hate you, and you will have to prove yourself multiple times, even more so than anybody else living here at all. Tomorrow, we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. No, in Shield. Okay, so yeah, you were talking about the DLC for Shield. A most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite alright. I prefer to eat alone so that I might appreciate my meals without distraction. I think she finds the decal on my t-shirt a little distracting. Certainly doesn't fit in the time period. Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi, if you please. But make it for 3 today. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never failed to please. Where'd you find this stranger in the first place, Professor? Ah, well, you know of the great hole in the sky, the one that people call the space-time rift? Our new friend fell right out of it. Is that a joke? Little bit, but not really. They did fall out of the sky, and, I know nothing about them. Come now, I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomenon. I concern myself only with facts. Now, you already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. Sure, they're all over the place. In the grass, in the forest, in the ocean. It's up to us in the Survey Corps to study them and figure out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying. It's all but impossible to know what kinds of powers they might possess, or what sorts of wondrous things they can do. But that's where Hikari will come in. She's gonna carry all of us on her back. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of feats such as her. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. Well, that's really something. We count ourselves lucky when we manage to catch one, while fending off their attacks. Ah, well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well, and it seems that our friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does the Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. The slow progress of that Pokedex of yours is clearly has her on edge. Doing it? You ready? So you're gonna go and fight the second leader. Is that Nessa? You're gonna go fight Nessa? Have your feel, Hikari. Well, have your fill, Hikari. Well, don't feel Hikari, she's underage. And think, if you make it into the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all of its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. Until we get angry at them and kick them out of our town entirely. Again, sorry, I'm biting some granola, so I'll skip through the story here. Please ignore the moment where I am trying to fill my belly. Granola is not much of a dinner, especially when I have a roast upstairs that I'm choosing not to eat because it would be a little bit messy while streaming. Captain Celine's like Hisui in a way. They're both plenty harsh. Now, she simply puts on a stern front to help keep us all safe. At any rate, I think it's time we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing one can't fall out of the futons we sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. Look, I don't know how I fell into the portal, let alone falling out. Falling out of a futon right now is not out of the question. Hell, I might fall out of the futon into another dimension entirely. Wouldn't be out of place after what just happened. Alright, let us get to bed. Oh, there we go. That's the run button. I'm gonna have to relearn all the controls. It's been a good while since I've played this. I'm curious how the updates will affect my initial running through and finagling my ways around. Especially with the fact that I'm doing a Nuzlocke now and things are going to be a little bit more tense. Obviously, death is going to happen quite a lot because some of the boss fights are wildly hard. As far as, like, not fainting. Hard as in not losing, a little less so. Especially if you're willing to have a potion or revive-based Super Soaker on hand. So my running thought, and I want to run this by you guys, each map is going to have its own breakdown for what, where, and when I can catch Pokemon, how many. Each region has to be broken down in a way that makes sense and is challenging, but doesn't leave me completely exposed to an absolute butt kicking. And I have to keep the Pokemon I'm allowing to use per my team separate from the Pokemon I need to catch in order to make money, in order to fill out the Pokedex, or complete missions. Do you think it makes sense for me to break the maps down, like, artificially myself, secondhand? Or should I just use some sort of declarative statement within the game? You do realize that if you fail your trial and get flung out of the village, you will die. Like, it's not a matter of might, it's will and just a matter of when. Alright, and then we gotta get a Pokemon to be our partner, so that we don't die going out just for our main missions. Boss ma'am, first private Hikari showing. Are we militarizing this, or are we just going out and just doing shit? Because I can go out and do shit all day long. Obsidian felines catching 3 different species of Pokemon: Bidoof, Starly, and Shanks. 3 species right away, but none of us have ever managed that. Did they not already do this? My trial should be simple enough for her if the professor wasn't exaggerating things, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our cause by being better than anybody else in the squad at all. I will lend you one of our survey course satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field. You best learn to manage what's in your inventory, because you're going to have a very limited space and it will cost you millions to learn proper storage techniques. That whatever it is you're wearing doesn't suit our satchels in the least. Ray, I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry. Alright, trial underway. So right now, because these are going to be mandatory story catches, to the best of my understanding, this means the Nuzlocke rules aren't in place yet. Alright. I am still stuck between Oshawott and Rowlet, but Ghost has a preference towards Rowlet, and this is a live stream where I'm aiming to please, so we'll go with Rowlet. Reminder that your previous Nuzlocke had an ending that almost seemed like you weren't going to do it, but you found a way to manage it. I still have yet to hear of a more wild ending to a Nuzlocke. Now, I've seen some really cool, like, moments in a Nuzlocke where people pull out crazy wins. But that was like the all-for-nothing, win-it-all or lose-it-all moment. And, my God, Macho Man Randy Savage came in for the big win. Oh, pay attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which ones aren't. You don't want to just go throwing Pokemon everywhere. Or wasting Pokeballs. That's the bigger worry right now. So, one of the optional rules with a Nuzlocke that I will be omitting is going to be, and it's the same thing with the last one, if all of my Pokemon faint, it's game over. However, I don't think I'll have very many options to redeem a loss like that, given the kind of restrictions I'm thinking of making. I still remember Nate Wants to Battle Nuzlocke, where he got a Latias. He was happy about it, then he decided to see what he missed out on, and the next Pokemon he found was an Arceus. This must have been a randomized Nuzlocke, because my God, that sounds like a random encounter situation that would not be very likely. Now that I know, the spite is already here. Oh, what a curious getup you have there. I can already tell you're quite the character. What's a shame is, right now, I legitimately don't think Volo has any necessarily dark intentions. I don't think that comes until later on. Right now, I genuinely think we are seeing a non-corrupted Volo. Obviously, he's like, he always leaned into the Spoiler territory, I should probably stop it there for people who will be treating this as their first experience. I highly doubt we're going to get any of that here, but you know, play cautiously. I'm Volo of the Ginkgo Guild, the go-to choice for any of your mercantile needs here in Hisui. Right, my bad, it was a randomizer. Alright, yeah, I was going to say, that sounds wild. Oh yeah, I got a legendary, and then I missed out on the literal god. Well, that sucks. I've heard talk about you. Fell from the sky, didn't you? Now that's certainly a tale I'd like to hear. Oh, and you've got a Pokémon. You're certainly full of interesting surprises. Investigating the odd and novel is key to any good merchant's success. So what do you say? How about you and I see how our Pokémon stand up to one another in battle? Sweet, let's go. I like you better and better. What a delightful find. I've also heard about this trial you're to attempt. Let's have a quick battle to get your blood pumping before you head out. Not like the long, arduous trek into the field is gonna not get your blood pumping. Though I hope you know you'll lose if your Pokemon's HP reaches 0. Well, here's hoping we don't reach 0 immediately. Although the Nuzlocke has not officially started, that would be incredibly embarrassing. Alright, can we... Oh, we can't actually do the swift or heavy-hitting moves yet. What did I do with my... One moment, guys. My audio is really loud, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck happened to my, There it is. The audio is really loud on my end. I don't know if it's loud for you guys, so I had to turn it down. Alright, taking out the Togepi shouldn't be that hard. By the way, if you need the game audio lowered at all, let me know. Hopefully I'm still able to be heard. When I was doing my audio test earlier, I had to gauge roughly off of what little audio I had at the start of it, because moments where the audio picks up like it does there don't happen consistently enough to make for easy tellings on audio volumes. At any rate, let me help our two battlers recover from their little exercise, since you're literally going to be shoved boot first into the wild abyss where we're literally expecting people to go to die. And that is something about the Legends Arceus games that is really unusual for the Pokemon franchise. They really get a little darker with some things. The interactions between people and Pokemon, the fact that some people are getting, at the very least, severely maimed. The thematics at play. And of course, yeah, just the general danger. What starter did you pick? I ended up going with Rowlet per your suggestion. You made the request, and I followed through. This is our base camp. It's where we start and finish our surveys. Now, remember what you've got to do. You've been tasked with catching 3 species of Pokemon. A Bidoof, a Starly, and a Shanks. I'm curious to see if the professor's story about you are really true. Oh, Professor? Something wrong? Ah, well, you see, Captain Celine got hold of me after you left. She impressed upon me that I bear full responsibility for whatever happens to our sudden guest. She doesn't let up. How exactly are you supposed to help out here, Professor? To be honest, my dear boy, I don't intend to lift a finger. Hikari's talents are the real deal. Not that I'm lazy. I totally, absolutely believe in her. Now excuse me while I go rest in a hammock while she does all the work. So in other words, I'm still the one bearing the responsibility here. Not my ideal state of affairs. Alright, let's just get started. You'll be more than equal to this? Okay, that's a weird way to word that. You should roll... Oh, roll a d6 for Shanks, Starly, and Bidoof. Well, the way Nuzlocks tend to work, from my understanding, is if a catch is forced upon you, it doesn't count towards your restriction. So, my answer is going to be, it is going to be neither Shanks, Bidoof, or Starly. None of them will be allowed. You may be some sort of prodigy, but just in case, here's what Captain Celine taught me. Bidoof is a mellow Pokemon, which means it doesn't tend to run away when you approach. Aim carefully, let your Pokeball fly, and you ought to be alright. So because these are story-dictated must-have catches, they don't have to count to my restrictions, and they don't have to be used. One Bidoof cough. Blah, blah. One Bidoof cough. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, that's why I take the big crouch. Next up, Starly. Now Starly's going to try to fly away, so I've got to crouch and maybe hop into the grass a little. Although I might separate Starly, Bidoof, and Shanks and have them be fillers if it becomes absolutely necessary. There it is. Although, obviously, the plan is to have that not happen. And that's Starly caught too. I admit, I'm impressed so far. Last one is Shanks. I don't remember. Do I have to battle it first? Yeah, I do. Okay. So use our Pokemon to grab some berries. There we go. Oh, and Shanks isn't here yet. So let's switch back over here. There it is. Shanks. Shanks has an aggressive disposition. Did you know that already? Pretty much. He looks a little frustrated, like, oh, you did? You just know all about Pokemon, don't you? Well, they are pretty commonly considered partners where I'm from, so... And Shanks is not an uncommon one to acquire. And that figures. Me, I have to focus on a Pokemon carefully to notice a thing like that. Once aggressive Pokemon get wound up, they'll knock away any balls you throw. But not to worry, I'll teach you the trick to catching them. You draw them into battle. You punch them in the throat first before they punch you. Once it's caught up in the heat of battle, you can throw a Pokeball to try and catch it. You've got a few Pokemon of your own to use now, don't you? Take one of the Pokeballs and throw it at a wild Pokemon you want to battle. Use what you've learned in battle with Volo. Get out there and use a Pokemon. Alright, so technically... Team, are you ready for the second gym? Whoops, hold up. I want to be a little cautious about this. So I'm going to throw out a Pokemon that if it dies, it's not an issue. Alright, Shanks still doesn't know what's going on. I've hit it once. It's probably good to try to catch. This is, after all, the tutorial method here. There we go. I didn't want to go off on the chance that Shanks could use, like, Spark and take out Rowlet, though, because that would be terrible. I don't think it has the flying ability or the typing yet, but I'm not confident in that. Here you are, with 3 Pokemon caught. You've completed your trial. Hello, Dem. Trying something new. I like I said before, I like having more than one stream option based on what I ended up wanting to play. And I've talked about at the end of my time playing Legends Arceus the first time that I wanted to consider seeing how I could make a setup for Legends Arceus to be a Nuzlocke. And so this is that. This is my attempt to see how I can manipulate the rules of what is considered a Nuzlocke to be applicable into the Legends Arceus game. So there's going to be a lot of me asking for rule thoughts and opinions once we get things going. I just wrapped up all of the tutorial stuff, so we can actually finally start diving into the more Nuzlocke-y side of things. Come on now, you two. Let's not dilly-dally. Captain Selene awaits our report at headquarters. I can't wait to see the Captain's reaction. You actually caught 3 Pokemon! I do have to say, it is absolutely a bitch of a move of Selene to literally say, if you want to stay here, you have to be more productive than any member of our team who have now been practiced and experienced. Right out of the gate, on your very first mission. I was gonna get this, but the guy seemed urgent to get rid of it. I think he's getting drugs. Still might. You were gonna get this game, but the guy selling it seemed like he was gonna be using it for drug money. Is that your concern? Well, let me give you a little bit of a libertarian approach to that concern. If you want this game, and he's selling it at a good price, it's not on you what he ends up doing with that money, just so long as it's not destructive to other people. So, you know, if you want the game, I loved this game. This game was it was one of the best Pokemon experiences that the franchise has delivered in a while. And I don't want to hype it up to some, you know, mythical, unattainable level. But I don't want to undersell it either. Alright, let's put on the Survey Corps uniform and the Survey Corps. Oh god, no, I'm gonna take my other sandals. They don't exactly match, but god, the Survey Corps sandals look butt ugly. And as for the colors of my eyes, I want blue. Do we have blue? And we got pale blue. Yeah, I think we'll take the pale blue. But yeah, you know, if you haven't seen much of the game, this is going to be a great opportunity to look into it. Why can't I leave? Oh, they need me to put the Survey Corps shoes on? You jerks. Alright. Let's take the worst sandals. Reminds me of a joke I read once. A homeless beggar once asked me to spare some money. I thought this is just going to go to drugs and alcohol, so I gave it to him. So it... Oh, that's a good one, Richard. I like that. I'm going to have to remember that one. I have a friend who I think that would go over fantastically with. Yeah, I'll be by his place Thursday, and he was like, I can't keep it till then. He also wouldn't give me the address, just rough area. Yeah, a lot of, we call them parking lot deals around here, tend to be a way that people unload, first of all, stolen merchandise, second of all, fast-moving merchandise, things that people want to turn around and sell really, really fast, quite often for, as your concern is, drugs. That's probably the number one. Number two, I would speculate, is actually paying for necessities. As odd as that sounds. Oh, gotta go to the commander's room. As odd as that might sound, it's not uncommon for people around here to sell things, you know, just literally out of their house or out of a parking lot to make rent. And it's usually something where it's like, yo, I really don't want to sell this item, but rent's due in 2 days and I need some cash to make ends meet. Alright, you beat the second gym ghost? Congratulations. Big thumbs up. I am Komodo, commander of the Galaxy Expedition Team. So, you are Hikari. Yeah? That'd be me. I've been briefed on your situation, including how you fell from the rift in the sky. Now let's see what you're made of! Face me in mortal combat! I'm gonna try to throw you. I'm gonna grab you by the arm and probably get thrown to myself. You've got some fire in you. Your sumo needs work, but I do see some potential. That reminds me, not uncommon when I was in high school for the guys to get together and do dumb shit. Welcome to literally any high school story ever. And I can't remember the reason for the dare. It was like a dare with some money attached to it. And it was somebody trying to get me to go up to someone in our school who is widely considered to be not weak and also not someone who would just let you manhandle them, so to speak. Then again, I was not someone who was weak, and I was oftentimes fairly desperate for money and was willing to do dumb shit for money. Anyways, they had basically bet me some money if I could walk up to this individual and just literally throw them to the floor. It was, you know, whatever, there was no stipulations. I didn't have to do some fancy judo throw. It was just throw them to the floor. The dare was for $50. Now in high school, $50 was a lot of money. Hell, that was worth, you know, that was going out and picking up a new game, and that lasted me, you know, quite a while for entertainment. So, of course, I took him up on the offer, walked right up to the guy, and to my surprise, I don't know if he was just absolutely unsuspecting of anything, I grabbed him by the wrist, put his arm over my shoulder, and literally just hip-tossed him to the floor. It was that easy. And to this day, I still tear into the guy who bet me that $50 because he never paid up. And that's a terrible way to go about doing bets. Never bet someone something when you literally have the wager in hand and then refuse to pay up when you lose. Alright, gotta go learn how to do the crafting system. Am I making Pokeballs or am I making potions right now? My name is Anth, the local clothier. The professor asked that I ready you a change of clothes, so here you go. I hope they fit. You received the everyday kimono and a pair of everyday trousers. I hope you'll avail yourself of the village's humble shops. This way to the craft works. Gotcha. Just let me just maneuver the camera a little bit. this here's the crafts works. And that there is the workbench. It's where you craft things. Pretty self-explanatory, right? My god, that man is judgmental. Look, you little shit, you know nothing about craftsmanship. What do you know about turning things into the other things? How dare you stand here and belittle my work? Go on, try it out. Did I say she can... Did I tell you you can try that out? Are you gonna stop me, though? That's the real question. Alright, let's just... all 20. Mike... He went from so judgmental to now just being like, you know what, fine. You did it. Fair play to you. Now that's some fine craftsmanship. Hard to believe this was your first time stepping up to the workbench, my girl. Great, and now this asshole. With the Pokeballs we craft, we can make use of the power to catch them. I just can't get over the fact the guy in the background is just... He literally has just the resting bitch face, but the guy version. Alright, don't so much care about that right now. I'm not worried about filling out the Pokedex yet. Man, they're really... Yeah, what's up, man? Oh, that's right. He wants to get a wormhole. That's what it is. Alright, gonna learn about quest taking. Yeah, I've heard of a wormhole. I gotta know how they evolve and turn into the stronger things. Alright, so catch a wormhole for him. So, a mission-specific Pokemon is not going to count against my Nuzlocke either. However... the mission-specific Pokemon, unless it is immediately forced for me to give it up, I have to catch it after I get my partner Pokemon for the area. So this guy wants a Shanks. Now, I have a Shanks, I think. I don't remember if he takes it from me or if he just takes a look at it. Alright, and just like that, we have completed our first quest because the tutorial has made that doable. Oh, there's another one over here that I missed. Don't remember Starly. Okay, we do also have a Starly to fill this one out. The only Pokemon nobody seems to want is Bidoof. And until I did my Nuzlocke, I would be... Oh, a completed Pokedex entry. Well, we don't have that, though. Until I did my Nuzlocke, I would be very understanding why nobody would want to just have a mission to give me a Bidoof. But after doing it, Bidoof was a saving grace. Watching in the background, sorry if I'm not typing too much. It's all good, Dem. Just glad you're here. Righto. Let's get to it then, shall we? In order to complete this Pokedex of ours, there are a great many research tasks I'll need your help to carry out. The details of these tasks can be found in the Pokedex. Got it. I don't so much care about doing that. First things first, I really want to go get my first official partner Pokemon. Bidoof. Most underestimated badass in all of Pokemon. I had a team wipe in my first Nuzlocke. I don't remember if Richard was actually watching by this point. I don't think so. But I might be terribly mistaken, and I'm sorry. Glad you're streaming. Genuinely makes my day. My guy, that statement alone makes my day. Thank you very much. Alright, timely dodge will keep you from getting hurt by fierce attacks of wild Pokemon. But yeah, I had a team wipe, and I had to go figure out how can I save this Nuzlocke run, because I did instill the rule that a team wipe is not a game over. The game ends when I don't have enough Pokemon to refill my party. And I had 2 Pokemon. And I didn't want to do like crazy over leveling in order to beat the Pokemon I was facing. So with 2 Pokemon and only one area in mind of where I could go to go get Pokemon in the moment, I was out of ideas for how to save the Nuzlocke. And then I remembered, all the way at the beginning, you have access to an area that you walk to once and are assumed to never have to go back there again until the story mandates it. But it is available right from the very beginning, and that allowed me just enough Pokemon to make a viable team. And then I go back to the person that defeated me, now with Pokemon at the level that I lost at before, and I'm pretty sure Bidoof soloed their entire team. And from that moment, I have become a Bidoof fan, and when Bidoof evolved, bit of a B-Barrel fan. And I literally bought a B-Barrel plushie because of that Nuzlocke run. And I want to get a Machoke style champion belt. I saw a place online you can get championship belts made, and I kind of want to get one that's just doctored up full of like Pokemon references and have the Intercontinental Championship title reference to it, because I think that's what I gave for the Macho Man Randy Savage joke. I really want to do that just to have the Machoke joke play in as well. Because ever since that Nuzlocke, again, I always loved Machamp, but now Machoke is king. Alright. Alright, don't make me catch this Bidoof, because I'm not down for that yet. Alright, so now they're going to make me catch this one? Can I ignore him and go off this way yet? Yes, I can. Okay. So, Nuzlocke officially starts. I'm going to see about dropping these other Pokemon off. Always preferred Starly. Love its cry even more. Doubt I was. The first one I saw was the most recent Nuzlocke 4. Believe it was Shining Pearl. Yeah, Shining Pearl was my first Nuzlocke, and that's the one I'm referencing. Or Brilliant Diamond. I can't remember which it was either. The unfortunate side of that topic of games is they were depressingly forgettable. Where can I drop my Pokemon off here, or do I have to do that somewhere else? Okay, here we go. So, given Dem's preference to Starly, Starly is going to be the tutorial one I keep. These guys are abandoned. They're not available for the Nuzlocke. So I'm going to take that as the starting point there. And let me pull up, is this the map? This is the map. Now, I think I could justify and make an argument for each one of these sections being an opportunity to capture a Pokemon. But the problem with a Nuzlocke is that means in just this area, look at how many Pokemon that is as an option. I don't think that's fitting for the rules of a Nuzlocke. So here's my idea. This mainland, and let me know if you guys think I should be this forgiving, or if I should be as harsh as I'm about to be. This mainland area is one available Team Catch Pokemon. This would be a separate Team Catch Pokemon. The landmass and lake being tied together, but this being a separate area. Over here we have these islands. This still in this area gives me 1, 2, 3 here. And then we have this area over here being separate. And it goes all the way around. That's 4 for this area. Followed by the midsection being 5. That's 5 catches in this area, broken down in a way that I think makes sense to the breakdown of the map, while still not being unfairly harsh or ridiculously easy. Because if each one of these was a catchable location for a team member, I could lose a Pokemon, probably 2 Pokemon, in every major fight of this game and not even have to worry about my backlog of choices from just the first map. I think each map segment, but not sure if that would be too easy. That's my concern. So I'm thinking I'm going to catch a Pokemon from this area, have it be my first partner Pokemon from the region. Now, I know what I want to go try to get, but I don't even know if it's going to be available. And obviously, the first fight is going to be what it's going to be. Rowlet, get me some berries, please. I want to get an Eevee. If I can't get an Eevee, for the type necessity, I might take the Ponyta. But again, this would not be a preference. Do I have any Pokeballs? I have plenty of Pokeballs. Oh, something saw me. Something saw me and something is angry. Alright, we have some Bidoofs out here. I am not seeing an Eevee. This is very unfortunate for me. Now, I think I could leave the area and come back and force an Eevee to spawn in as an option. But again, I think that defeats the spirit of a Nuzlocke. The spirit of a Nuzlocke is the game forcing you to work within the confines of what it gives you. So keeping the spirit of a Nuzlocke in mind, I think I'm going to take my options and go with the Rapidash, or with the Ponyta. Yeah, I'm just going to charge the raging Rapidash that's over that way somewhere. That would be a terribly dumb decision. Alright, Ponyta, go that way. There we go. Alright. So right now, that means until I unlock the next phase area, which I think the next area I unlock is down this way, I have now caught my available usable Pokemon. I have my starter, my tutorial catch, and my first partner Pokemon. Grab a few of these berries while I'm out and about. I think this will give me enough versatility in my catchable Pokemon to make things interesting. And of course now I can catch one of these guys for the mission, but I can't battle with it. It is not mine to use. That was a dumb choice. I should have used Gust. I wanted to battle it for the experience and it didn't go too well. Alright, Wurmple, get in the ball. And again, catching Pokemon is not off limits, it's using them, because the Nuzlocke mechanic is a little... there we go. That got you. Just run right up and beat you in the face with a Pokeball. So I'm doing this to get the experience right now so that I can go forward and do some of the... Because I know early on there's going to be a battle with a Munchlax, I think it is. And as soon as I have the opportunity, I'm going to have to go ditch the Pokemon that I can't use right now. But I can totally catch them for the money use and for the experience. I also need to make sure that I maintain my items, which is another thing I'm doing out here. Oh, I forgot about Mime Jr. Not going to use you at all, because Mr. Mime is a curse against all of the Pokemon community. Mr. Mime and Jinx are just a little too oddball for me. Odd, I think once I hit like level 10 or so, for a couple of my Pokemon, I think that's going to be good enough for me to head forward. So we're almost there with Rowlet. I also don't remember the levels of the, oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't remember the levels of some of the other Pokemon, so this is going to be a little bit of guesswork for me. I'm going to grab these herbs up here, which are going to be vastly different than the herbs the guy that Dem is going to be funding his herb shopping for later. Even though I'm heading my way there, it's not going to stop me from getting a few more Pokemon on my way. Every Pokemon caught is money in the bank right now. Forgot I need to break some rocks to make more Pokeballs as well. Alright, my guy. What were we doing? I completely forgot. I went off and got a partner Pokemon. I know I'm laying it on thick, but don't forget to open your Pokedex when you focus on a Pokemon to check your research tasks for it. You just hold ZL and press down. Try checking your tasks for a Starly. I think I've already done a lot of the Starly tasks now. It's to catch a Starly without being spotted. You can get that done if you hide in the tall grass. Go get him. I'll go wait for you up ahead. Come catch up once you've finished your tasks. Alright. I'm just gonna say it. Jessie, not wrong. I don't know Jessie's canonical age, but she's older than Ash and old enough to be traveling with a criminal organization, so I'm going to lean onto the assumption of hopefully, fingers crossed, legal, and gonna cry later when it turns out to be not, because anime is garbage with age and unfair. Big sad. Anyways, let's throw some berries. Got ya. Got ya. You as well. Grew up with Pearl, and the remakes were just a letdown. I think each map segment... Yeah, the remakes were really weak, and it was a huge disappointment. I think the problem they had was actually they got too caught up in development, making too faithful of a remake. And as a result, it lacked having its own spirit of a game. It lacked its own direction. It offered nothing to anybody that played Diamond and Pearl originally. And add to it, possibly worst of all, it was inferior to the DS versions, both in the post-game content and the fact that we already now have, of that generation, a superior game in the form of, ooh, yeah, critical hit, double slamming, ouch. Oh, that's right, I can do this now. In the form of platinum. So it just had a lot of bad issues that did not help it at any point. Alright, I'm going to have to use a potion. Alright, before I... No, I'm just going to go for it. Whatever. Let's head off this way. I am already running low on Pokeballs, which is not where I expected to be right off the bat. Best thing about the remakes were the Grand... Yes, the Grand Underground was done up in a way that was different. You see, that's what I'm talking about. The Grand Underground had its own flavor. It had its own... It was exactly what everybody expected, but then it brought into it its own added detail, which made it different, made it better, gave it something for players to experience, which unfortunately was left lacking from the remake of the bulk of the game itself. Thus, the Underground experience was probably the only saving grace of the game. I completely agree with that. At least as far as it being the best thing. I don't know if you would agree with my statement as a whole. Considering the original Underground was one of your favorite things in the... Yeah, I think we talked about that in the playthrough, that my brother and I literally would spend hours in the Underground and just forget, probably not hours, but a crazy amount of time, and forget what was happening. Because it was a fun mini game, and it was just a great thing to do when you didn't want to go out doing the Pokemon story, but still wanted to be productively playing your game. I'm going on ahead. Come catch up to me once you've checked off some of Buizel's tasks. Alright, Buizel would have been a good one to go for as well for the water typing, but for that option, I want to wait and catch something with a little bit more substance. But Buizel is off limits for my availability. As much as I love Buizel, I'll have to wait to catch it on the next island section. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, because there's some other early opportunities I could get. Here's the thing, as much as I would like to have a water type on my team, I'll have access to a rock type immediately, and even I think some fighting types once I get over there. Alright, were there more Buizels this way? I don't remember. I know there are more. Yeah, there's more right there. I know there's more off on the distance in that section there. I really can't let Buizel get the drop on me. If I lose a Pokemon already, I'm going to be hurting. And this game does not joke around with the viability of Pokemon getting to kick your butt real hard, real fast. Spent about 5 minutes in the Underground in the first games and about 1 to 2 hours in the new one, so it definitely was better. No, there you go. But again, that was the only thing that had its own choice of design. And what is over? Oh, it's a Bidoof. Its own like design path that diverged from the original, but in a way that made it its own. And I think when you're doing remakes, that's very important. You have to remain faithful to the original content, but you have to give it your own, you have to give the game its own spirit. Otherwise, the only thing to say is, why did I play this? I already played it, just on a different platform. It would be like when I'm a huge fan of the Dot Hack franchise. I have the original games. I unfortunately talked about this before. I had to sell them before, and I do not have currently the PS2 GU games, but I do have the original 4. But they did a remake for the GU games. I already played the PS2 ones, so when I played them on the PS4 remake, all I got to do was relive the story. And don't get me wrong, I love the story. I absolutely enjoyed it. I then went on to buy it for the Switch, because guess what? I love the story, and I don't mind that. I'm a huge Dot Hack fan. But I didn't even play it on the Switch. I bought it for the Switch because I want to support the company, and I want to have them remake the original 4 desperately. But I like the story, so I bought it. I played them. But I wouldn't say, hey, if you've played it on the PS2, you need to play these ones. Now, you might to get the last chapter, because there's a new chapter in the remakes, and that's how they kind of made it their own. But frankly, if you've played it before, you can just skip right to that last chapter and just be like, yeah, I wanted to get this story, and you will have missed out on very little on the story itself. But it didn't add enough, it didn't change anything, it didn't give it its own spirit aside from that new chapter at the very end. And so you have to be a huge fan of that to bother with all of the, to bother going through everything again. I'm sorry, I'm starting to reach that point where my brain is trying to shut off and be distracted by literally everything that moves in this room. The ADHD is strong with this one. Alright. We have a lot of things done, actually. Once you've got some tasks good and done, go check in with Professor Laventon. See you soon. Alright, so we can go back to the professor, but I want to go grab a couple of these rocks on the way. Also want to check off a few more things for Ponyta, so let's see if I can manage that. If it happens, great. If not, they're going to break out, and it's going to be what it's going to be. I need to get all of these rocks because crafting your own Pokeballs is way better than having to build them. Now, I wonder if I can get over here. Ah, they're a little too far away. Maybe. Ah, oh, darn it. All right. Well, the battle's gonna happen anyways. If I beam him in the back, of the head, I get a little bit of an advantage. Roost is gonna be huge. Roost is a healing opportunity, and the ability to heal in combat is gonna be big for this. So much of a saving grace. Who was that? Was that Ghost? Was that Ghost that made the recommendation? That move right there is a saving grace justification to take Rowlet on such a challenge, because it will save your potions for the other Pokemon that don't get that luxury. I don't even know if that was an intentional big brain move, but it was in fact a big brain move. And my little tiny baby small brain was trying to say, go for the Oshawott. Alright, can I climb up here? Probably not. How do I... What was it again? There it is. Why? That was... Okay, yeah. I totally just threw a Pokeball and probably wasted it. Alright, I want to see my Pokemon, because I have to drop off this Wurmple, this Wurmple, and this Starly. They are non-usable, they are not allowed. They are off limits. Alright, Professor. let me go make some money here. This seems a good time to explain to you about the survey reports and the rewards that they offer. Right now, your rewards are garbage. They will remain garbage. You will cry about the absolute shit tier rewards that you will get. But eventually, when you earn enough high-ranking opportunities, the money will flow in like gravy. But it won't matter because things will be so much more expensive. Just like the real world. You start making more money, things start costing more money, and you just look at your wallet with that same empty feeling. And if that's not a mood, I don't know what is. I have no idea what level the Munchlax is for the first major fight. I'm not sure if I'm well prepared or if I'm like ridiculously underprepared for it. I remember when I went to fight it the first time, I was kind of surprised by the level it was. You have made progress. It seems you have earned yourself a star. Finally, now I got some more money coming in. I'm gonna need a lot more of those, though. You now have some heavy balls. Not a statement the little lady probably wanted to hear. Pokemon up to level 20 are available. The rewards you earn will be more. It's just a lot of better stuff. Earning stars is good. That's the lesson here. I also have access to some revives that I can't use. I have an interesting twist idea that I want to work off, but I'll need to remember to bring it up as a possibility when we get there, and I'm quite a ways off. It has to do with the boss Pokemon. Heavy balls, please go on. Can't! She's 15, not allowed. I would love to be making many more jokes, but I have to be broad spectrum. Although, welcome to current year, where frankly, I suppose a little girl can be having some heavy balls. I think that's the closest to that line I can comfortably walk before I start kicking my own ass. I don't think I'll be able to pull it off unless I get better at Pokemon battling first. Ah, yes. That request came from Mai of the Diamond Clan, if I recall correctly. The people of the Diamond Clan have lived here in Hisui since before the Galaxy team arrived. If we could establish good relations, I'm sure there is much we might learn from them. Brain, I think I just had a stroke. I think I just had a stroke. Including more about the local Pokemon. But we can discuss all that tomorrow. For today, we should eat up and get some rest. For whatever reason, my brain just didn't want to finish that sentence. It just like hard stopped. The next day. You can see that ominous crack in the sky. Could you imagine waking up, walking outside one day, and you just look up and there is literally a fissure in the space-time continuum tearing a hole in the fabric of reality? That is some eldritch horror shit. That is like, grab your ass and get ready, because Cthulhu is coming in, and he's coming in hot. That would... Okay. I wanted to make a reference here, but I have to derail the way I was going to say it, because I was getting real dumb real fast. If you've ever heard of the War of the Worlds, which there was a radio broadcast back in the day. I don't know when back in the day. It was a ways back. But it was on the radio. It was a radio broadcast, and it depicted like an invading alien force. And there is a rumor about what happened in the moment, and that is that there were people, who believed this sort of radio April Fool's joke-esque story, and believed it so intensely, and the news to them seemed so terrifying and terrible, that, again, per the story as it's told today, people killed themselves over this story. If you saw like a Cthulhu-esque eldritch horror rift in the sky, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some more of that. The radio broadcast thing was once parodied by The Simpsons. They made it into a film, I think. Yes, I think there's also a novel based around it, too. It's also something that gets referenced as sort of a source material for a lot of movies, aside from specifically War of the Worlds. Alright, Rowlet, you're in a bad spot, buddy. No. Brain, how do Pokemon? How do Pokemon? I need to remember where these key fights are, because these are going to be no joke. Getting caught off guard like this is terrifying. Alright. I am going to ride high on the healing and let the burn do its job for a minute. Because the paralysis has slowed me down. And this Pikachu's not going to be joking around. We should be good to take one hit of something, so let's ram it with a tackle. The novel was by H.G. Wells. I believe it's in the public domain now, so you can probably find ebooks on it. Ooh! You might be able to find ebooks for free. That's a really cool thing to note. Thank you. You seem so in sync with your Pokemon. Yeah, except when I decided to throw Rowlet out against your Pikachu, and my dumbass still hasn't looked to see if Rowlet technically has flying in its in its Type 2 yet. We'll just have to catch up as best we can, right, Pikachu? Fuck you! Well, fair enough. Pikachu's got a bit of a tendency to attack, you see. That's why he normally stays in his ball. I guess the first step for Pikachu and me might be getting a little friendlier with one another. Well, given that it literally turned its back to you and told you to F off, probably a good idea. By the way, the professor said Pokemon have these things called types, which apparently make a big difference in how battles go. Yeah, and which is how I nearly blew my Nuzlocke run right out of the gate. This was such a nice thing for them to give you. This being something that has been referenced in basically all Pokemon games, but is like, for whatever reason, not prevalently explained in its entirety. Ebook stream? I would listen. Okay, this is gonna sound probably a little dumb. I have thought about the possibility of people doing, obviously people doing ebooks is a thing, but my grandmother is getting pretty old. She's not going to be around for much longer, and I have some nieces and nephews, and hopefully some point, I might have kids of my own. it's not likely that any of them would get to an age where they would be at an age range to listen to a book read to them by their great-grandparents or their grandmother before, you know, people age and they die. It's a harsh reality. I have thought about getting some, like, old, classic, timeless children's stories and getting my grandmother and grandfather and my mother, which would be, you know, obviously the grandmother of any children I would have, to read some of these books, and I would record them so that, because this is an option that people prior to this digital age didn't have readily available. And even though the children aren't here now, the possibility to say one day, like, I'm going to have your great-grandmother, who is now dead, read you a bedtime story, something about that seemed really endearing to me, and I kind of want to set that up at some point. I don't know if that sounds really dumb to a lot of people, but family ties are a big deal for me. And so, something about that just seems like a great way to use the technology gift that we have these days. And the reference to an ebook is what made me go down that avenue. Sorry about that. Such a good idea, if only my dad could read. Well, and here's the thing. Your dad doesn't have to read if you can teach him, like, a very short story that is memorizable. He doesn't have to read it if he memorizes the lines and repeats them. Or, better yet, we are now in an era where you can edit recordings. So you could read him a line, he could say the line as if he was reading it, and it would be, you know, you could edit out the part where you read the line to him, and then you could still, you know, adjust the timing, remove your statement, and create a recording that would be him reading a book to such children. I wouldn't say it's dumb, to be honest. It makes sense in my opinion. But yeah, I think we have a unique opportunity to record information that past generations had to just treat and assume as if it was gone anyways. Like, death is always a thing. Welcome to life. You're born and one day you're no longer waking up. But we have the availability to record information is so widely available now. It is not the thing that is kept just for the rich or just for the privileged. And even if you don't have the means, you have someone in your life. You likely have someone in your life who could do it for you. You know, even if you don't have a way to record audio or edit, you probably know somebody who does have the means to do that. And I think it's a way that we could actually have something available to the generations yet to come that just was never available for anybody else ever before. One thing I regret, if not spending any time with my granddad, I feel like he must have been lonely. His wife passed 10 years ago, and him 8 months back. Oh man, we're gonna end on a sad note, aren't we? Yeah, life is gonna be full of regrets. You're not gonna get out of it without a couple. It's very unlikely. But I would say in a situation like that, that's very reminiscent of a situation with me and my father. Me and my dad, we didn't get along very well, and so it's not that we didn't get along, it's that we had very abrasive natures towards each other. And so even when things were going good, they would only go good for so long. And so as a result of that, we would have, you know, oftentimes a lack of involvement with each other. And what I'm getting at is, in hindsight, do I wish I had spent more time with him? Absolutely. But the fact of the matter is I didn't, and there's nothing I can do about that now. And so what I have taken to doing, rather than regret what I didn't do, I cherish and think back on with more... I cherish and think back on more fondly the things that we did do together, the moments that were enjoyable, some things that might not have been enjoyable, but in hindsight were funny, and these are like moments and stories to share. So even though the moments we had were probably more bad than good, and weren't very numerous, it's not to say I didn't have good moments with him, and those are what I think back on, and those are how I choose to remember him. Oh, I do not want to fight you. Oh, I do not want to fight you. And that's the only thing I could think to say on the topic. Can I share this stream for a friend? Ghost, by all means, please. Sharing these videos is the #1 way to help grow content for two major reasons. When you're talking about appeasing the YouTube algorithm, as I often reference, usually as a bit of a joke, but also in the reality of the situation, because I happen to be on YouTube, sharing is the #1 thing you can do, from what I have heard. I don't know for certain, but that is what I have heard. But the other thing it does is it puts the content in front of somebody else. And as a result, it's the only way you're guaranteeing somebody else is at least seeing a link to something, if nothing else. So I know, for example, and I've referenced this, Richard does content on here. And to some of my friends who do karaoke, I have actually sent his videos their way. I don't know if they watch, I don't know if they've popped in, said anything, or hit like or anything like that, or even subscribed. But I will share the link to the people who I think enjoy that degree of content, because if nothing else, it puts that thumbnail in front of them and it says, this is something that's out there. Thank you very much, Ghost. I very much appreciate it. Alright, I do want to get a little bit more experience before I go charging into the next battle, because I think that's what it's trying to have me do. It's going to send me over there, and it's going to throw me into a fight that I'm probably unprepared for. I want to hit level 14 with 2 Pokemon, because I suspect it's going to be a level 15 Pokemon battle. And so I want to make use of Ponyta, because Ponyta is kind of tanky, at least at this phase. And Rowlet, because Rowlet should at least be able to do something in the fight. I do have to be careful of the Rock-type move rollout. In between, I should really look to see if Rowlet is or is not a flying type. Can you see the team? My team that I'm working off of? Absolutely. I'll get on that in just a moment. But yeah, anyways, Dem, all I was saying is, when you think back on your grandfather, don't try to get too hung up on the things that weren't. You know, focus on the things that were. It's also thinking back on these things with my father, and it might be the same way with your grandfather. Thinking back on these positive moments helped me realize just how much my father did actually try to pass on knowledge and did try to instill meaningful values. And so they really, really helped me break down a more, in hindsight, positive view of my relationship with my father as well. It's really weird how that works. But I think it's done a lot in the in delivering meaningful closure as well. Rollout always used to destroy me as a kid. It would hit for 5, then 100. That's how it works. Rollout do be messy. Alright, Rowlet is in fact flying type already. So, Ponyta is actually going to be my heavy hitter. So I'm going to open up with Ponyta. And I'm going to have to get Ponyta up to be the high level. I'm really glad I thought to look. Dude, how are you? How am I? I'm fairly good, but the bigger question is, Ghost, I don't think I asked you when you came in, or maybe it was Dem that I didn't ask. So, for both of you, in case my dumbass forgot to do so, how are you guys? And the next comment, I think the last year has changed me a lot, just like teaching me different lessons. The last year, the last couple of years, I'm going to reference all of the COVID timeline, I think taught a lot of people a lot of things. Some people got different lessons out of it than others. But I think it has been a teaching moment for many, many, many people. And some of these lessons are lessons that some people, you know, should have learned earlier. And it's unfortunate how things play out. The world does not play fair, and the world does not like fun a whole lot of times. I'm great. Get out of school on May 26th. Heck yeah. So you're going to be, oh, you got out May. I'm going to say, hold on, May. That's already happened. So you are now full in on the summer vacation. Make the most out of it, because eventually those opportunities start going away. You don't get summer vacation from work. No matter how much you want it. Let's just go for a big, strong tackle. The biggest of slams. I really have to get Ponyta up to speed. Going into the 8th grade? 8th. Alright. Excuse me. It's been a while since I've been at school. I've been out of it for a good couple of years now. Is 8th grade when you're officially entering into the high school years? Or is that 9th grade? I think that might be 9th grade. I think 9th is your freshman year. So if you're still in a middle school, then that means you're the big dog on campus as far as the age range goes. Is that an item? Oh, it is an item. Well, our little girl has got some heavy balls, and now she found some wood. This is shaping up to be a very confusing stream. Get in there! I don't want to have a double fight. I can't remember if you can fight... Oh, you can fight multiple at once. Oh god, that's going to be terrifying eventually. I just remembered you can end up in like the time vortex things that can happen. In those moments, you can fight like three or four Pokemon all at once. And if they're sitting at near your level, or God forbid higher level, with a type advantage, that might be a sacrificial moment, and I don't want to think about that. So I'm thinking about it more and more, how I'm going to run this Nuzlocke and how I want to incorporate the thematic runnings of this game. And I think I'm going to make a change to my Nuzlocke rules. I am going to invoke the Team Wipe is a Death, Because in this world, hypothetically, if you ran out of Pokemon, fleeing is very hard from a Pokemon that is aggressive enough to have already defeated other Pokemon. So I would have to assume that the player character would die there. Per the concept of a Nuzlocke run. So a team wipe, if it's against a wild Pokemon, might be game over territory. We'll see how it plays out and see if we're going to make use of that or not, but I think that's going to be a way I have to, at least for wild Pokemon. You know, we might have to consider what are the circumstances to the loss. And the other thing is, if I go down to fall damage or to being in the water for too long, I can swim, and I could swim from a very young age. I don't think drowning is going to be a fitting outcome for what happens in that scenario. Some people can't swim, that's true, but, you know, this is my Nuzlocke run, and I'm taking the rules as I go. So, you know, falling down and getting too injured to continue the exploration, and, you know, coughing up too much water and having trouble continuing on for the day are different fundamentally on the wrap-up. Okay, I'm not going to fight you. You're not going to hang around for the fight. So, I don't think those I will accept as game over territory. I've just got to think more and more about how do I play out the rules for a Nuzlocke. You got a Cubone. Big fan of Cubone. I really liked the Alolan, I mean not the Alolan Cubone, but the Alolan Marowak that Cubone will evolve into. That was one of my favorites. I've actually gone and seen some of those Fire Eater dances. Not in Hawaii, but, you know, you can find tiki bars in, like, California and Florida and so on. At least those are where I've seen them. They probably exist elsewhere. It's a thing that some people are really into. Ponyta is only just level 10. Rowlet, level 12? So we might have to call it and go in for the fight sooner rather than later. Because I don't want to do too much grinding. It's going to get boring if I do nothing but that. I'm going to make one more pass for items, and then when I come back around, that's going to be it. I'm going to have to go for the fight. I think these guys might give me a little bit more experience, though, which will really help. Oh, I forgot to name my Pokemon. That's right. Ghost, you just brought that up. Thank you very much. Yeah, by all means, go ahead and name it after me. Different rules can make these confusing, sadly. Yeah, the unfortunate fact of the matter is, I don't think the Nuzlocke theme was built for the kind of game that is the Legends Arceus. So it's going to be a lot of playing with the rules and figuring out what does and does not work. Obviously, I have to nickname my Pokemon right now because I just thought of this. Alright, Richard, I hope you don't mind. You got a lot of screen time in the last... Can I change their name here? Where do I go to change their nickname? Oh god, it's been too long. I don't remember the things. There we go. Oh, nope. I saw it, though. I saw it. Change name. You got a lot of screen time last time with the Umbreon nickname, so I'm going to have you wait a little bit before we get into you for a nickname. But we are going to go with... Dem, you are going to be my Ponyta. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a fun name at the end here, because I got the characters for it. It is Dem, but it's Dem Boys! Because we've got all guys on my team right now. Alright, Starly. No. We're gonna change this one to be Dem Boys because Starly was your choice on the group. So let's go with Dem Boys here. That way. And then we're gonna swap this one around, and this one, let's go with Ghost for the Ponyta. Of which, when we do the Shiny Ponyta mission, because that one will be mission specific, I might be able to swap it out and justify it. At which point, that one will become the Ghost. And earlier on, Halo Master Chief was in the chat. So we're going to name Rowlet Chief. I think that's fitting enough. Alright, when we cross the bridge, we'll be able to have one more Pokemon in our party, and that can be Richard. I need to remember, though, that the day-night cycle might become a factor in what Pokemon I end up catching. I completely forgot about that when I went out there and caught Ghost. No problem, Dem. Thank you for being here and letting me run you into the first tier ass kicker on the team. Or the first catch for the ass kicking on the team. Because it was technically the tutorial Pokemon. The first tier, I guess, would be Rowlet. Because he's the highest level. Again, your host of this stream has not ever announced his big brain maneuvers while making on-the-fly commentary. If anything, I have advertised the opposite. But it's cool because I rock it with confidence. Name it Ozzy. Alright. Ghost has spoken. We are going to have to swap it over to Ozzy. Unfortunately, we're running out of opportunities to get meaningful gains on our experience. And I'm starting to run low on my moves for what will work out against what can give me any experience. So I might have to go heal up for a minute. And just bite the bullet and go in for the fight. Because if I wait too long, what do I end up with? A lot of bored grinding moments. And as we have verified, our 15-year-old girl has heavy balls and wood. Grinding is off the table. Grinding was off the table when it was just 15-year-old girl, so... Let's go hop down and heal our Pokemon for a minute. Before I say more things that break my brain and cause emotional damage. Alright. Over here I can craft more potions. That's going to be the biggest thing I need to do right now. Potions big number 1. Unfortunately, I literally can't use revives, so that's off the table. I can grab a bunch more Pokeballs. Let's rest until morning. And make that correction to the party. Oh, thinking about it, I have a lot more Pokeballs. That's a great way for me to get a lot of experience really fast. Also, I can use this. We are going to increase the special attack for now. And let's change the name, per the request, to Ozzy. I assume you're an Ozzy Osbourne fan? Personal preference on that song list, Crazy Train. Friend doesn't like talking to strangers, no problem. I am not one looking to... let me go this way. I'm not one looking to force anything onto anybody that doesn't want to participate. But if they are here in chat, I do want to give a thumbs up and a thank you for having them here anyways. Let them know that I will be letting them know that their view and participation on that alone is very much appreciated. Yeah, this is so much better for grinding experience. Stop fighting things and just go catch Pokemon. God, it's like I'm playing a Pokemon game or something. Yeah, this is so much better for that experience gaining. Night and day. Also, I didn't catch a Drifloon, and I probably should have. Oh, I missed! No, get back here! Gotcha. There is no fleeing, only joining the party. That I can't even use you in. Doesn't mean we can't rave at night anyways. Alright, we're almost at level 12. Switching to the catch method for experience made a huge difference. What are you? I don't even know what you are, but get in the ball. Ah, Bidoo. This was such a smart decision. Oh, I have to go get some of those, the water Pokemon over here, too. Why am I saying B-Barrel? Why is that what's in my brain? It's not Floatzel. Floatzel's the evolution. Oh, but you guys saw me. I didn't expect you to see me. And there's two of you. Get in there, Chief! Weasel! I caught it just before the name popped up. I don't mind talking to strangers. Well, thank you very much, Ghost. Very much appreciate it. Alright, at least now we're down to one Weasel, and we can catch this one for the experience as well. Assuming we don't knock it out. Oop. There we go. I really want to hit that level 12 mark because I don't trust that the game's not going to hurt me with punishing bad decisions. Get in the bulb, Weasel. Long story short, I got in a stranger's van. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Me just casually reading, like, oh yeah, we got another story here. Long story short, I just got in a stranger's van one day. I hope that situation was not as bad as it could theoretically be, given my immediate outburst of laughter at the situation, but wow, that took me by surprise. I would be fairly curious at what the circumstances were that led to that. Oh yeah, stay away from the Rapidash. The Rapidash is going to mess me up. Rapidash is no joke. I'm waiting for the moment that I don't try to fight something and I'm trying to, like, farm an item. And I end up in a battle with something I don't want to be in a battle with. Alright. I think I have put it off as long as I can. We've got a level 13 Pokemon. Ozzy's not quite ready for the run yet, but we'll see if we can get there by the time we actually... Really? Stop it. Get him the ball. The game wanted to focus on you. At that point, I wasn't letting you get away. It's over there. I'm going to go back to take a nap real fast again, make sure everyone's fully leveled up, because Rowlet took a little bit of punching in the face, and I don't want him hurting. My baby boy needs to be at full health. I also need to drop off the other Pokemon, because if 3 of them faint, if the key 3 end up fainting, that's kind of it. I can't rely on a Starly that shouldn't be in my party to allow me to hang on anyways. Although, hear me out, in theory, if all 3 Pokemon die, but I do end up being victorious, I could go out and catch the next first Pokemon in the new area. I don't know how it would work out that I could have that happen, but maybe like burn damage or something. But it's just a random thought that just came to me. There could be a world in which I lose all of my Pokemon, but don't game over because a wild Pokemon didn't maul me to death, and I could still go get a new Pokemon. Would be an interesting one. Where was it? You can make friends on YouTube. Yes, you can. It happens quite often. Long story short, read that one. Left briefly because one of my friends has a weekly thing she does on YouTube. I'm back now. Oh, let me know on Twitter would probably be the best way if you want me to check out their content if you think it's something I might enjoy. Me too, just joking. I have a lot of friends on YouTube. I was in care and ran away. He recognized me, said my dad's brothers and my name and my dog's name, and said he would give me a lift, as I had no shoes, so I ignored the last 12 years of life advice. I have some friends on YouTube myself. Ian's one of them. There you go. I don't know if that was shaking my head or so much hate. I feel like me as a friend could get either of those results. Again, as I said before, there is that level of, you know, the occasional, like, spiteful jab, but done in a playful way, and I would definitely take it that way. Alright, let's see here. Rowlet needs to heal up. We'll rest for just a little bit. Shaking my head. Thank you very much. It was a white van as well. Oh, it gets better. Frankly, I think it's a good thing that you at least got enough information to imply that they were not hostile. They knew your father, by the sounds of it, as well as your brother, and they knew a little bit about personal information. So it wasn't blind recklessness, which is where many of my greatest decisions come from. Alright. Do I have any pebbles or anything to... Nope, nothing. Nothing to try and help push things a little further in my favor. Alright, potentially bad decisions going on right now. Let's see what happens. My guy? There are strong Pokemon that make their home on the other side of this bridge. I can't let you pass unless you're a first... Oh! At your rank, never mind. You good to go. Alright. First real battle. First real battle where things could go wrong for one of my Pokemon. Some of my friends are girls. Well, you know, it happens. I've got a couple of... I can't say girlfriend because that has different connotations. I have several friends who are of the female path in life. It was a dumb way to word it, and I'm not taking it back. I gotta say, I do like the teamed outfits. I don't know if it actually has a hoodie. I don't remember. I think it does. Just realized I haven't worn a hoodie in forever. I don't even remember what it's like to have a hoodie over your head. Do you feel confident that you can lead your Pokemon in battle? Absolutely. Right now, confidence is what I'm just busting in here with. Unearned, untested, full of bravado. Let's go, Mai. I have a question. Do your parents say don't talk to strangers? If your parents say don't talk to strangers, how do you make friends? I think I have more friends who are girls than guys, to be honest. I have one female friend. They are overrated. Having girls for friends overrated, girls in general is overrated, or the individual overrated? Important questions that need not be answered. Anyways, I had something I was going to say before that one threw me off. If your parents say don't talk to strangers, how do you make friends? I think the implication of talking to strangers is outside of safe scenarios. Oh, it is only level 10. Great. So, now does this let me hit harder going forward? And we avoided the rollout. That's huge. So my thought is, I have double hit. We're going to strong style tackle and see what that does for damage. And then we'll swap over to Ember. I'm just curious what this will do. Well, it wasn't great. Oh my god! Okay! Yeah! Holy damn! Oh boy! That went way more south than I expected. If I agile style, maybe I can get a second hit in. If I can agile style, get a second hit in, I can strong style afterwards and maximize my damage output. Fingers crossed. Yes, okay. Now from here, I need to look up information. Check summary. The summary of the moves, if I would be allowed to. Aerial Ace has a power of 60. Gust has a power of 40. I don't know what putting it at strong style does. So the next bit of information is I will assume it puts it up to 60. So now the question is, do we have stronger physical attack or special attack? This now starts mattering a lot. We are massively more powerful physical attacking. I'm so sad that Ozzy went down. I spent all that time beefing him up. Aerial Ace, get in there. Mess up Munchlax. Ruin his day! Thank you! Ugh. If you kill me, I will be mad. Ghost, I don't know what I was supposed to do there. I was stuck between literally a rock rolling at me and a hard place. Dem did in fact avenge you. Dem came in and slapped some Munchlax cheeks really hard. And I mean that in the face, not in non-sexual. Don't go there with that. Please don't judge me, it was a phase. I told my family I was dating a girl in Gibraltar, and they can barely use a phone. Oh, that's funny. I actually At the time that would have been anything people of my age would have been doing, cell phones were still only just coming into, high-end prominence. Cell phones were a thing at the time, and a lot of people had them, but it's not like at the phase that darn near everybody had them. That was still at the time that, like, only the rich kids had cell phones. Oh my god, that's sad, though. Okay, but Ghost, hear me out. We are going to have a shiny one pop up, and the shiny one is going to be applicable to make use of because it's not a legendary. I could replace it with that one. Non-sexual, I'm already thinking about clapping his cheeks. Don't be clapping Munchlax's cheeks. You know, there was a time recently, thanks to Markiplier of all people, that people were doing the smash or pass meme responses to Pokemon, and I almost did one. I almost sat there and went through all the Pokemon as a smash or pass. And a part of me is glad I didn't, and another part of me is disappointed that I missed out on riding the wave of the meme. Your Munchlax needs to sit there and keep looking sad for a little bit, Mai. It killed my ghosty boy Ozzy. The crazy train will never ride again. Alright. Going off of the map setting that I have, we have applicable on this area, one catch. And I need to look around to figure out what is the best option. I think up here along the path somewhere, there's a chance of getting one of the starters. Was it a Turtwig? I can't remember. My mom got me a cell phone. Yeah, my mom didn't get me a cell phone. I had to get my own cell phone. And that, I didn't get my cell phone until I think my senior year in high school, because I had to get it myself, and it wasn't seen as a largely needed item. Alright, I gotta find a Pokemon that is fitting for Richard. Richard is the next named guy. And here's what I'm thinking. Let me get to safety here for a moment. Let me get out of Pokemon trying to tear me apart. I can catch Richard somewhere up here. And I can skip ahead a little bit and run down here and try to catch a Pokemon in this vicinity. This would allow me to repopulate my party and get all of the viewers in the party names. No, just no, Geo, leave me alone, Geodude. Leave me alone. I'm not ready for this. I said no. No means no. Get away. Big angry rock boy. Alright. Technically speaking, Ozzy is healed up after the fight, but I'm not allowed to use him anymore. So let's put Chief up front. Was it a Chimchar up here? What was it up here? Smooch him. Smash. Oh. Oh no. Dem. You know how to come in swinging with those jokes. You came in with the, what was it, the mustard-coated PlayStation, and there was another one. There was another one that broke me before, and I can't remember what it was, and I will just ride high the joy of my ignorance on what it was. Alright. I've got to stay away from the big angry Pokemon over there. However, I do have access to Dupe's Claws. So I don't need, even if I fight it or catch it or whatever, I don't need to make use of it. we got a Stantler over here. It's not very fitting for what I'm looking for. So maybe I push on in the story for a little bit and come back here and see if we can get better luck. I think that's what I'm going to do. No means no unless it's a Geodude. And then no doesn't matter because you don't get to make decisions. The Geodude said and the Geodude gets. Sad times. F's in chat. You got a cheap one saved up and bought yourself an iPhone. I've never owned an iPhone myself. I've used iPhones, but I've never actually owned one myself. I have owned a very old and very dated iPod. I got here just in time. As a Pokemon researcher, I could hardly miss out on a chance to observe an alpha, now could I? I suppose that is your business. Fine, as long as you stay out of the way. Oh, wait! Oh, God! I got into this earlier than I thought I should. Hold on. This is the troublemaker. Okay. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, you're healing them, but that's not the important thing here, ma'am. Oh, God. Ghost would be so useful here. Ozzy with his Ember would have been the thing to do. Okay. They're telling me about getting in and attacking it. Do I just... Okay, thank God. It's a bug type. Chief is terrible for opening up with that. But them boys with the Aerial Ace could be useful. Meanwhile, I have lost access to the choosing matter. I need to catch and get some experience going very, very fast. So I need to figure out what I'm going to catch in this area. I wanted to make an effort, a push for a certain Pokemon in the area. I don't think I get that choice right now. I'm not doing Geodude. Geodude's not going to be what it's going to get. Alright, we got another Birdo up here. Not going for the birds. Oh, is there a Pikachu in this area? I think there is. Can I find where they're at? That's the question. I've also got some water. I don't know what spawns in on that area. Alright, here's the Pikachus. This is a big opportunity. I need to try and catch the Pikachu separate from these bug types. Oh, no, Pikachu, don't! Okay, thank God. How do I change? A. Okay, I'm gonna go back into hiding. That's not gonna happen. Alright, go that way. You go that way. Okay, a Zubat would also be pretty good. Guys, get out of here! Go! And I need to stay in hiding. I can't let the Pikachu see me. Go for it, Pikachu. Go... Oh my God, game! Why are you doing this to me? He's being the big dick. Just... Why? Why the Crickettoons? Why are you so demanding of the Crickettoons? What is the Pikachu doing? Is it really taking that long to eat? I've got 4 of these left. Please, more. I need more berries. How am I doing this? The Pikachu is not playing very fair. I mean, it is, but the game's being very rude and just forcing me to focus on something I don't want to focus on. There we go. Okay. Got it. Pikachu was caught. Running away. Running away, taking cover, hiding behind a rock. There we go. I got the one I wanted. Unfortunately, it's female. I'm sorry, Richard. Do you want the Pikachu for the name, or do I take something else? We can do this down the line. I looked up Sigma Geodude, hoping for the Chad meme. Oh, that'd be a funny one. I found borderline Rule 34 with Brock giving away Geodudes. Oh, that's disturbing. Richard, that's fine. Thank you very much, Richard. Let's maybe slightly feminize it. And we'll just stop at Rich. Ozzy, I need to slide a little bit further down the line. Also, is Pikachu now the strongest on the team? Nope, 10. Okay. Anyways, we're going to go in with Dem Boys on the story mission, but what catching that Pikachu is allowed is the opportunity to gather experience. Just get in the ball. I don't want to focus on you. I want to focus on the Geodude, or on the Zubat. But apparently I don't get to, because the Cricketune is just getting loved by this game. I don't want to focus on the Cricketune, but the game's like the Cricketune is all there is. I don't even know why you think anything else can exist. There is only Cricketune. Oh my god. Oh my god. Game, what are you doing to me? So many bad things all at once. Holy goddamn. And if I throw... Okay, now I can throw the ball at you. I was going to say, I know the second I try to fight this Zubat, the other one's going to come in for it too. Pokemon are level 28. The gym leader is level 27. And it sounds like Chunky had a bad time. Alright. Legit, Zubat would not have been a bad one either, especially because a couple of flying moves, some bug type moves. I think Leech Life is bug type. And Leech Life got buffed so crazy. Alright, and I sent out my rock to Thundershock the Zubat. You adjust the camera a little bit so we can see him. Her. Realize what I said after I said it. Got bolted and died. I'm assuming electric move is what took it out. Or was no, Chunky was your Bolt Hound. Must have just been a typo on the name. Alright, Zubat, get out of here. Alright, can I just do a drive-by and catch some Geodudes, or are they gonna be... They're gonna get angry. They're gonna get angry. Pikachu, no! I tried to switch to Rowlet! Oh, Gabe, why you be doing the big dumb? Why are you specifically hurting me so much? Thank you. Thank you for letting me run away. I tried to swap over to Chief, and it just... I don't know if I just loosened my grip or what, but it threw the Pokeball. It threw the Pokeball when the Pokeball was not meant to be tossed. Really? Did that hit or not hit then? Alright, that hit. That also hit. I'm backing up a little bit. Either it goes well or it doesn't. It's not like I get to use them anyways. Alright, dem boys, level 13. We're going into that fight. Avoid the Geodudes. Don't let the Geodudes inflict the big pain. Only the small pain. Or the T-pain. Lost your first Pokemon. Rest in peace, Chunky. But you got use a Cubfu. The Punching Panda. Was he a panda or was he a bear? He was just a general bear. The Punching Bear. Fair enough trade-off. Alright. I'm curious if I can scum this a little bit. Yeah? No? No. This Kricketune is laser focused. Alright. I can't use Ozzy. I can't use Kricketots. But them boys. What? Oh, really? Alright. I thought it was going to throw me into the fight with like him throwing right through his model. It was just... I had to have a cutscene play out for the fight, not the other way around. Alpha Kricketune. Oh my god. Oh my god, his own Aerial Ace was freaking oh. Oh my god. Whew. Okay. Let's try this and hope for a miss. Oh my god, they're just getting stronger! It worked out last time. Okay, here we go. Quick Attack lets me go twice. No matter what I do to Gust, it doesn't. I'm glad I remembered that that was a thing. Maximize damage. Quick Attack, we go again, Aerial Ace. Quick Attack will let us gauge the damage. Aerial Ace should be super effective. It's our strongest option. I'm gonna go with it. No! It held on by the skin of its butt cheeks! Oh, man. I knew this is gonna be hard. But I didn't think I'd be losing things in fights that I don't get to have choices on how they play out. Oh my god. For example, I couldn't fight this thing from the backside. Alright, Dem, let me explain. Had I fought this thing from the back and gotten that jump attack like I wanted, I would have been given priority on the action, and I would have had the first move. I would have been given that first move instead of it being story forced to have the first move. They story forced it to have the first move. I could have done 2 Aerial Aces. Guaranteed victory. But the game literally said you're not allowed to do that. The game said I couldn't engage it outside of doing the cutscene style, giving it the first move that it shouldn't have had because I was trying to attack it from behind, which I totally would have been allowed to have done in the normal stance. The game is using forced cutscenes to inflict maximum pain right out of the gate. Maximum pain right out of the gate. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I am also big disappointed. I am very disappointed in myself for not realizing, after that first throw that failed, that the game was already looking to kick me in the ass. I should have realized it. Should have seen it coming. There will be more Pokemon caught down the line. And we will rebuild our team. But damn if that doesn't just hurt right out of the gate. And now they are forcing me back. Man. You know what's an even bigger kick in the butt? It was using physical type moves. It was using flying type moves. If I didn't just say I wanted a Pikachu and I just accepted the Geodude, Geodude would have survived. Geodude would have been the smarter choice. If you catch a dog, could you call it Lucy? Yes, I absolutely will, with one exception. If I catch a female Growlithe and it makes it into my party, I will be naming it Katie, because Katie, that is a standard I do every time I get a female Growlithe. Katie was the name of my dog growing up. And I do that with every Growlithe, female Growlithe, that I have the opportunity to, that I put in my party. But any other dog type, absolutely fair game for that. And I'm not sure if there's a few others, but we'll see how it plays out. Oh man, that hurt. Lucy was mine. I kind of figured as much. I think, I might be wrong, I think we had actually discussed that before. Because the name Lucy does sound familiar. Hey Ray, did you get a good night's sleep? I'm mourning the loss of 2 friends right now. Oh, look who's being punctual. Finally realized you're wasting the almighty Sinnoh's precious time bowing to a sham? Alright, these 2 people that have the spite love for each other. Erda, being all about, what was it, space? And Adaman being all about time. Alright, we're gonna rush in. We're gonna deal with this. I think I have an approach. I think I'm also having another stroke. I'm having trouble speaking. Guys, send help. Cracking a joke at my own ineptitude. Please forgive. If I go release a bunch of my Pokemon after I finalize the requests, which hopefully I can do right now. Yes, I have a Wurmple. Let's give you like a higher level one. We'll go with the lady level 7. Oh, that's sad. Alright. Lucy was your first dog, and your dad had to sell her. Oh man, that's heartbreaking. It's... that is a whole different level of pain than even losing it to like natural causes or something. We're gonna go with Beauticia. Like accidents, losing it to you know, more commonly seen ways. Losing it in general, already it sucks, it hurts. But the idea that it's not even lost, it's just, you know, it's not, she didn't pass on, which is, I suppose, the good side, you know, the silver lining, look at that, she didn't pass on, she went to another one, and hopefully she went on to have a fantastic, wonderful life as well. But knowing that it is real world complications that cause that, and not situations outside of anyone's possible control, that's a different level of hurt, and I'm sorry to hear that. That one's rough. Alright, I gotta get rid of them boys too. Man, I've lost so many Pokemon already. Alright. I am going to send some Pokemon away now. Oh wait, hold up. How do I... Wasn't there a way to... There we go, multi-select. What? Do I not have it yet? Alright, I guess I'll release them this way. One at a time until they let me do the multi-release. I thought there was a way for me to mark them, but I don't think that's an option yet. I think I have to release a bunch of them first. I think I need to hold on to a Mime Jr. I think Mime Jr. is tied to a quest. I think everything else is good to release, though. I don't have a Geodude yet, I don't think, but if I do, I have to hold on to one of them as well. She'd be 6 or 7 now. Given the breed, there's a possibility she's still around and still hopefully having a fantastic life. He only sold the pups to people he knew, so I'm sure she's doing well. Again, that's the silver lining. You gotta look for that. Doesn't make it hurt any less. Alright, the reason I'm doing the releases right now is I can get some of the stones for stat powering up, and I can at least beef up the Pokemon we have left, so that hopefully they can be a little bit more resilient to the troubles coming on, because unfortunately the hurting's not done yet. Chief is going to be level to evolve soon though, which will be a huge opportunity to gain some power. I suppose I can take a moment and be glad that I didn't catch some of the Pokemon I really wanted, like Eevee, because that would make the loss even more painful. To have a Pokemon I absolutely adore and have that one be one of the first losses. And again, I am a little salty that they are losses practically because of the way the game is dictating its tutorial steps. These aren't even losses due to my own poor decision. I mean, they're losses to my poor decision, but they're losses due to poor decisions made when other options were not yet available. I always could have gone and gotten some more levels, but I was already technically over-leveling to it. It was just that it was an alpha, so should have been, in theory, able to make it work. I just wasn't. Welcome back, Ghost. I'm just dealing with the emotional loss. Releasing the Pokemon here. To try to get some rewards for the release. I know that probably sounds weird, but it'll make sense in a moment. I've only got 2 left. But yeah, this Nuzlocke is off to one heck of a start, isn't it? Alright. Pokemon you released just now left a little something behind for you. Would you take it? The 4 sacks of grit and the grit dust are going to be important for what I was getting at. This was the entire reason for releasing the Pokemon right now. Let me organize that a little bit. So if I come up to Chief and I just pump his defenses as full as we can go. And then I can take it a little farther with this. So now he can take physical hits a lot better. Alright. Did I finish off the Starly thing or not? Oh, have you completed Starly's entry in the Pokédex? Have I? I do not know, ma'am. Oh, I guess I did. Thank you for letting me read its Pokédex entry. Now that I know more about it, something Starly's. You got one of the 2 pics of her? Oh, is that what you just sent me? I'll take a look at that in a moment. Maybe while we're doing the cutscene through here. You might have heard my phone ringing, acknowledging that it realized that you sent it. Alright, we're going to let these guys hash it out with this guy, and I'm going to check that picture out. Oh, she's a pretty dog, too. I'm not the best at guessing breeds. Was she a border collie? Is that what that is? Or, what are those? Like the sheep dogs. She looks familiar. She looks like a familiar breed, so I'd assume it's one that I've seen before. And it looks like my brother tried to send me a message, but I'll have to read that later. The legend of Starly lives on. Legends never die. They just go off to kick ass somewhere else. And that's another thing. Jack Russell crossed with one of those, I think. Oh, okay. That's interesting. My dog was... my dog Katie, that I mentioned, was also a Jack Russell. She was a pure Jack Russell, but interesting that it carries over on that sense. Alright, Urda of the Pearl Clan and Adamant of the Diamond Clan. And now we're talking about Kleavor. And Kleavor is going to be no joke. Kleavor is a massive high attack Pokemon. Bug type maneuvers, rock type maneuvers. Both would be nightmares to have Rowlet fight. However, I do have the workaround. I can fight the Pokemon during the missions because the theory is, for me, my headcanon for how I make this work. For the Nuzlocke, I have to fight them. The way I want to do it, the way I want to do a Nuzlocke is I have to fight them without sending a Pokemon out. So I have to fight them solo. And the idea, as the trade-off for the way I'm going to balance the rules for it, is I have to fight them without using Pokemon for all of the boss fights. All of them, including the endgame stuff. if I get that far. I don't know if I'm going to bother fighting Arceus itself, but I want to complete the story stuff. But all of those ones are going to be fought without using Pokemon. If I lose, the idea is there are supposed to be other people there who will, like, help pull me away in the headcanon space. But I will lose a Pokemon in the process. So I will be treating the Pokemon in my party at that moment almost like having lives to attempt that rush without using Pokemon. Now, obviously, I could swap into using Pokemon, but there will need to be another trade-off for, like, a punishment for doing that. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's probably going to be something. Alright, I'm going to take on this mission, whatever it was. I'm sure it was something about Kleavor. Yeah, go check out the noble Pokemon. So here's another question. Wait, nope, I've already got my answer. I've already determined it earlier on, and I was just forgetting that there's a break in the map. Ignore what I was about to say. It's odd you were scared of dogs until you got a pup. Oh, Pip. Lucy's mom, and also a Jack Russell. So I've got a really funny story about Jack Russells. Small dogs in general. Small dogs are known for being personality-wise like Spitfire. My Jack Russell. Jack Russells are not very large dogs. They're very small dogs. They're not exactly the smallest breed, but they're on that lower small dog list. But she always had huge big dog energy. And my uncle had a very large, I think it was some sort of mix of, it was a big dog. It was a big dog, and it was a breed that he had selected specifically to be a guard dog. Now, frankly, it was to be a guard dog. It was to be big, mean, and intimidating. It was supposed to be a dog he got for... Obviously, they're a dog family and they wanted a dog, but also having a dog for a utility stance as that goes. Sure, teach me how to hold more items. Anyways, where was I going with this? The dog was a bit of a baby, but was still large, would play heavy, and would still throw his weight around. But he was a bit of a baby. My little tiny Jack Russell... Oh, I should have held on to a Zubat. Darn. Anyways, my little tiny Jack Russell, while getting, dog sat by my uncle, did not get along with their large dog, and had a moment where Lucifer, being much younger, was trying to play with her. Her being older, didn't want to have any of his shit. And she growled, barked, and, tried to put him in his place. And his response was so overdramatic. This big, high-energy, high-weight dog that is like 6 times the size of my Jack Russell Terrier whimpered and ran into his own cage, put himself in his own cage, curled up in the corner of his cage, and pissed himself in fear when Katie just snapped at him for trying to rile her up too much. And it wasn't like she got aggressive or bit him or anything. She just, did that growl, bark, and kind of like, did that small little doggy hop step jump that they do to try and intimidate things. It's hilarious because I would never look at a Jack Russell and think that it's intimidating. I'm sorry, I'm kind of laughing at the memory. But yeah, it was a funny thing. Anyways, I have a theory. Small dogs see big dogs and think they're They all think they are one, so have big personality, whereas big dogs see small dogs and think they are small and quiet. I suppose that's possible. I think the other thing is Mother Nature makes it so that the small dog knows that it has allies in the area. You know, they're pack mentality creatures. But they also have a hierarchy and a dominance thing. And so the question is going to be, who is going to be the dominant pup in the exchange of the two animals? And so this becomes a personality struggle exemplified in those interactive moments. So Katie knows that in her house, she was the literal top dog as far as the pets went. And so she went into a new territory and had to try to exert that dominance again. Meanwhile, Lucifer was always a big baby right from the get-go and didn't have that dominance exertion mentality or approach to anything. So when faced with a challenge, he didn't know how to respond and ran off to the only outcome he was familiar with. Alright, so now I can work my way over here, and from over here, that would be a way for me to break it apart looking at this. With each one of these markers, that could be a thing, instead of all of the individual sections. I don't know, we'll discuss that down the line. For right now, I'm going into the Grand Tree area, and I'm sticking with the dividing tactics that I have set forth so far. Technically speaking, if I'm willing to do some over-leveling or grinding in between sessions, there's no reason I can't play through the game with a numerical handicap, as long as I make up for the deficiencies in other ways. So I can still stick with the method as laid out so far. So there's no reason to try to change it to make a slightly easier run, because that's not necessarily needed right now. Technically speaking, though, I only have 2 Pokemon, so a game over would be, or a team wipe would be a game over now. Alright, I'm gonna take a fight with a Geodude. I need to start getting some experience and have Rowlet evolve as soon as I can. Oh no! Yep, that was part of the downside of taking that risk. Let's just strong style it for now and go big damage. Play it safe. Just hit things hard, hit things once, and let them drop. Oh boy. I would very much like to minimize the emotional pain. Thank you very much, Legends Arceus. Alright, little Starly there. You know what? I don't have the luxury of swapping out choices a lot. Although, I do have a mission that requires a Geodude. Let's see if this Geodude will play along nicely. Any luck? Okay, we did catch the Geodude. Which, although, again, technically in the party is not usable. Did you just hide in there? What are you? What were you? Was a Starly? Not a Starly? Yet to be known? Must have been a Starly? we got some other things down here we can... Oh, that hurt my ankles. I do not want to fight the Parasect. We are healed up, though. See if I can make the Paras count. Well, something somewhere is trying to fight me. Which one of you is it? You. I think I sent Pikachu out. Wasn't the one I meant to do, but I think we can make it work. If I Thunder Wave and paralyze it, we can come out on top. Oh god, there's two of them? Oh god, there's two of them. Yeah, no, I'm not doing the outnumbered moment here. That's not going to happen. I will absolutely run away from that. We're matched on leveled and then outnumbered, and we don't even have a type advantage to rely on to help us crutch our way through. Oh, come on. Stop at the pain. Yeah, this is going to be a no-joke run. Did it fail? It failed. All right. I'm going to come this way and get a little bit more experience. Once it hits level 16, it'll start evolving. And we'll be in a much stronger position. We aren't in the new area yet. I have to cross this pathway. But then we're in the new area. And I know what I want to get. I don't know if it's what I will get. Because it will be asking for some potential pain. And again, I'm not doing the, like, first encounter thing, because I don't think that's very indicative of a Nuzlocke system. For this game, because things can run off so easily. The trade-out that I'm doing is just going to be catch one Pokemon in fewer areas. I don't think we have played with balance in our favor at all yet. At least, yet. Okay, that's not going to work. I don't want to fight the B-Barrel. He is the big alpha Giga Barrel. Can you evolve yet? No? Is it 18? Am I wrong? I thought it was 16. Also, you don't have Pokemon battles like you normally do, so that also plays into the question of how do you determine the balancing point. Alright, we have an interesting decision here to make. I want a Scyther, because I want to be able to get a Kleavor. Kleavor is high massive attack, but he's a little bit of a glass cannon. He is kind of squishy when things start hitting him. What's your guys' thought? Is Scyther a worthy trade-off? The other Pokemon that immediately come to mind as being viable options in this area, when I look at the map, which is... Man, maybe I take this up to here, and I treat this as its own separate corner. Because it does kind of look like you have an entryway here, and an entryway here, and like this mountain right here blocking it. I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll consider this its own thing, and this its own thing. But either way, the trade-off here is I can get a Scyther in this area, or I can get a Psyduck, which isn't bad as long as I can get it to be a Golduck down the line. Or I can get a solidly decent other bug type. I think I have to go further in for that. The Buneary, as much as it would be funny for the meme of the bunny lady, is not valuable for the Nuzlocke. And right now, I need high-value Pokemon. Yeah, like a Beautifly would be a bug type I could go for, or even a Dustox at night, I think it would be. What's your thoughts? I'm going to get to some safety, and then I'm going to stop to read the comment I just saw. One of the most badass Pokemon, or a rubber duck knockoff? Again, it sounds like a dumb decision, but it would give me access to a water type. And the water type isn't terrible, and it even comes with some psychic moves if we need that. Give me the item. Again, it's not great, but it's a solid choice, and I know that I could go for Kleavor, who ends up hitting like an absolute truck, and I love it, but does have a known downside. Oh, we're out of space on our items. I should have spent more money learning to pack my items. It's kind of like I know the downside of my two options. The question is, which downside do I want to play off of? Can I get up here? Come on, climb, lady. Thank you. And this is playing with fire. Or razor blades. Go. Just please, please focus on it. Go that way. Please go that way. Okay, let's see if I get lucky. If not, I run. Hell yeah! That's a Scyther caught! This area is now done for the usable Pokemon, though. Holy cow, that was huge. And not likely to go my way, so I'm glad that it did. Alright, and we caught a Buneary. At this point, I'm going to go through, I'm going to make a pass, and I'm just going to catch a bunch of stuff because I really need to do some experience grinding. And this is a safe way to get experience. Well, that was a miss. Give me some berries, please, Rowlet. A few more of these colorful rocks as well. I'm not fighting that thing. That thing is... No, run! Run, lady! Hikari, get your butt out of there. The combat strategy is not our strategy right now. Nope, that was a miss. That was a miss. Accept the miss and move on. Except that it didn't work out, and get your butt out of there. Man, I can hear that something is... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was not happy. It did not appreciate my shenanigans. It's okay. I appreciated my shenanigans. Alright. Keep going through. Maximize the experience gains as I make my way through town. And get as much of this honey as I can. Again, resources for crafting. we got some Bunearys and some Zubats. Well, that didn't go well. Gonna run off this way and catch a Buneary now. Oh, I know what I can do before I wrap up for the day, and it's something that I should definitely do. Can I grab these or not? Alright, we're good to get those. Okay, I can go this way. I'm going to put a marker here because I can go that way and catch something up that way as well. Go to the camp. I accidentally removed my marker. But at the camp, I can drop off the Pokemon I don't have access to. I can grab my Scyther, which I do have access to. Which, by the way, again, it is female, and I am sorry for that. Dem, I see you are still in chat, so you shall be reborn as a female Scyther. I apologize if you are uncomfortable with the gender choice, but the game made the decision, not me. Oh, and Chief can evolve. That's great. Oh. And we're just going to go with Dem. Oh, big evolution. Give it to me. Also, when you get to become a Cleavor, that will be... You'll get to feel the power of the big muscles as they tear through enemies. So that's the trade-off. Pull up the menu. Marker here. Oh god, oh god. I'm in a bad spot. I made bad decisions. Okay, but we technically lived through my bad decisions. Alright, I think that's leading back to the Scyther, not Scyther. That's leading back to the Scyther area. But the way I was just looking, I think, led to fight the Parasect, which I don't want to do. I want to make my way this way. I can't wait until I get the deer. It'll make the travel time so much more bearable. But I need to go get another Pokemon on the team. Get up there. There we go. Pikachu's fine, but Pikachu is not, honestly, much of a battler. Pikachu is unfortunately filling a void right now in my heart, left by losing some very decent Pokemon. Starly at the Starly level isn't much to throw, much to consider. But Staraptor, though. Staraptor would have been great to have. And I think because of the way the game has dictated the way battles go, I will just need to normalize the acceptance of being a higher level than what I'm necessarily going to go fight. Oh, I could scum this. I scummed this before. How did I cheese it before? I don't think it was here. I could treat this area as a justifiable location to get something else that I really would like to have on my party. Not so much having the initial, but having the potential. Because it would be fitting for the corner piece up here. I'm thinking, just a thought, I might want a Gyarados. Powerful ally, strong moves, and right over here I can start trying to catch a Magikarp. Again, starts out weak, just like Starly, but has big potential. Alright, Carps, can you make your way this way, please? No? Is there going to be anyone closer to the shore? I don't want to fight a Buizel. If I fight something, that's my encounter. Oh, come this way, please. Please, Magikarp. Big Carp energy. Yeah, you came right to me. Absolutely. Okay, Magikarp is in the party. With some leveling up, that's totally viable. Again, we started with all males and now we're getting all females. Chief is up here starting to run his own harem. Alright. Ghost is still set aside for the shiny Ponyta when we get there. So, for this one, we have Richard, we have... Am I forgetting someone? Nope. So, Magikarp gets to be its own unique name. Dem, you want to name Magikarp? Oh, the Buizel's napping. Catch opportunity. And stay away from the Graveler. Alright, yeah, I need to probably work on getting myself out of here now. Get while the getting is good. Alright. Get rid of the marker. Oh, we got some lost satchels around here as well. I'm gonna return to the camp here. Go with Jerry. Jerry is a man's name as well. Do we want to go with Jerry? Magikarp is female. I'll give you time to respond to that, and if not, we'll go with Jerry. Jerry the Magikarp. Alright, let me see my Pokemon. We have to ditch Buizel. Ones that I need to keep because of the missions. I need to keep Geodude. I think I need to keep a Mime Jr. I'm not sure about that, but I think I do. I don't think the Combees are needed, but I think I need their honey, which I already have. I also need a large Buizel, so I need to consider the height size options of the Buizels later. Let me look at the health. Yeah, we're gonna take a little bit of a nap for the morning. Female is fine. All right, we're gonna go with Jerry for the Magikarp. All right, things were looking real rough. Things were looking really rough initially. We lost a lot of players already. We had to say goodbye to some beloved friends. We knew them for a very short time, but they had such great potential. However, we have recovered. We have another great potential powerhouse in Jerry. Dem, you're going to come in swinging hard eventually. Right now, I've got to keep you safe. You're kind of rocking baby boy status right now. Richard is great situationally. And Chief is the one coming in swinging hard, swinging heavy right now. Won a goldfish at a carnival thing 6 years ago. Passed away 3 weeks ago. I was too attached and my dad was looking at... Oh, you weren't too attached and your dad was looking after them? Goldfish are surprisingly hard to keep alive in my experience, and we have kept a great many number of fish. Alright, let's return to the town, get some money, gather up some resources. See how things go. But I think we're coming up on where I'm going to call the stream a starting point going forward. I wish I had more definitive rules to strongly follow. But I don't know of many people doing Nuzlocks, and I'm fairly certain many of them are going to struggle with the same rule set as I am, so we'll see what happens. This is all an experiment, and given the outcomes we've had so far, it's going to be a hard-fought win if we even manage to get there. Got it home in a water bottle as the bag was leaking. Jerry was a true survivor. The Giga Chad, Jerry. Alright. Do I want new moves? We'll see about new moves. Let's see what we have. Select. What moves can we get that are... Ominous Wind is surprisingly good, but Dem is going to be all about physical attacking, and that is a special. We don't have any fighting moves yet, so I'll take this as not good, but totally viable for now. If we need a fighting type move, we have access to it. Rich. Rich could also get that. The fairy, it's not offensive, so we'll go without. How about Chief? Ooh, Magical Leaf. Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is good. At this point, I really need to give us good options. Alright. And until Jerry evolves, I don't think we have access to a lot. Yeah, nope, not much at all. That doesn't matter, though. Jerry's going to make his place in the world and become an absolute champion. We're not going to lose Jerry. Anyways, I'm going to call it here. Thank you so much for stopping in, Richard. Wait, I'm rich? I'm rich? This is news to me. Where the shit is my $1 million? I slightly censored that because I'm getting ready to wrap up. And unfortunately, YouTube gets mad at the F word at the end of the stream. Anyways, thank you so much, Richard, for stopping in. Dem, you as well. Ghost, hopefully in the future we will have a better run with a more successful, more beautiful, more powerful Ponyta. And Halo, I think you probably likely went off to bed. I know you tend to go to bed early. Thank you so much for stopping in. To anybody who stops in after the fact, thank you as well. Hope to see you next time, and have a good one.